What's up, everybody? Hello, you wonderful model-loving people. In this video, I'm gonna be talking about and giving you some tips for your first solo flight, alright? Now, I know in the meantime, I'm doing a lot of videos related to flying because like this is something that I'm really into, and it's in the back of my mind, and it's like I want to be able to look at this video when I'm older to see, like, you know, how I thought about flying, aka how my mind changed over the years, you know? Alright, so I'm gonna give you some tips, alright? So listen really carefully, because you'll probably use some of them. So before I give you tips of, you know, how to do your solo flight all alone, alright? I'm gonna be telling you a bit how my week went, how my experience went, and how I did, you know. So basically, I was in Belgium, alright? And in Belgium, right here, we speak French, right? People, they speak French. They know 0% of English, 0, right? And I speak English at home, because ever since I was born, I spoke English, right? That's how it was, see? And I learned a lot of French, okay? I know 4 languages. I speak English, French, Luxembourgish, and German, so, yeah. But, like, basically, you know, in French sometimes, there's some vocabularies, like, you know, it doesn't click direct in my brain, you know, like, so, like, for example, like, when I went flying with my flight instructor, he might have said a few stuff, and it took, like, a millisecond too late for me to get the meaning of that word, you understand? So what ended up happening, so, the first day when I was there, like, when my instructor said, we're gonna go fly now, and basically it was a motor glider called the Falk, it's just like this here, and basically, like, this play was a motor glider to really get you prepared for the glider, right? And when he said, oh, it's time to fly, I was so happy. I was like so happy, and I was like, yes, oh my gosh. And then like, we took off, and on the air he gave me the controls, and man, we were like going through fog, and we were flying around the neighborhood. He showed me how to do left and right, to lift your yoke when you turn left and right, do tiny movements, you know. So that happened, and he told me how to land, and man, like, my landing was alright. It was alright, okay? The first time when I did my landing, it was alright. Like, when I was in the air, like, I understood flying more. You know? Like, before you land, like at my airport where I was, you know, there was a road, okay? And before you land, like, you come here, and you can't pass the road, okay? So then you do your 45-degree turn, and then another 45-degree turn, and you put your air brakes on, you know? Like, to slow down the airplane to come and land, you know? It's like, when that happened, my mind opened up more, you know? I felt as if I knew more about flying. Oh shoot, like, wow, my landing isn't bad, you know? Second day, third day, fourth day, got my landing down, even with him even not telling me, you know, and like he told me, okay, he took off, and then he let me flew around, okay? I had to turn at a certain moment, to head back to the landing, and land the plane, alright? So, what happened then? So basically, what happened was, it was my second, third day, I got my landing down, okay, like, amazing, with him saying nothing, you know? And that was so amazing. And there were some of them, like, some landings, I came too close to the airport. Some of them, I was way too fucking high. Alright, way too high. Then, when later, like, I remember I did so much mistakes. One of my major mistakes was I put in instead of putting the air brake on, I put the brake of the wheel on, okay? So it's like, when you put the air brake on the motor glider completely in the back, it will stop the wheel from turning. And I did that. And he was like, non idiot! Tu vas casser toute la bordel ici, You're gonna break all of this stuff. And then, oh shoot. And then he said, put it one, because we're coming to land, and it's like, I had my air brakes on, like my tire brake on, you see? It's like, then I put it like, oh yeah, how it was supposed to be, and then it's like, he explained, and that was like, that day, like, oh my freaking gosh, you cannot imagine how angry, sad, frustrated I was, because like I was thinking, like, wow, like, I had the biggest breakdown, like, ever. Like, man, they're so frustrating. The mistakes are so frustrating. You cannot imagine how it felt. I felt as if, like, I was disappointing him, like, disappointing myself, and, like, we flew, like, twice a day when we did a motor glider. And then after, like, we went to fly again, like, for another half an hour, because we did one half an hour per day. It's a motor glider. That day, like, when we went to fly again, she asked how was I feeling, and I said, I'm so scared. I'm so afraid. And her laughing at me, like, I was so afraid of disappointing him and doing the same mistake. Like, then I managed to land, and then it went away, man. And it's like, gosh, right there, like, that was the scariest thing, like, that happened. So later, the week, we went to fly. We went into the wheel glider, right? And, like, the wheel glider, like, the plane pulls you up, okay? That was so scary. So scary the first time. It was scary, man. Because, like, it's a whole new thing, And he let me take the controls. I'm like, yeah, you take the controls. But I had to do everything. So I did. And it's like, when I was up in the air, like, in the glider, you need to be careful. When the wet string is on the white side, you have to push the left pedal. And when the wet string is on the left side, you have to push the white pedal. To balance it out. And me, the mistakes that I did in that glider was, I pushed the white pedal when the string was on the white side. Another mistake I did, I took the controls and I did too much of big movements. Did corrections when usually I wasn't supposed to do corrections. And sometimes I do a few mistakes behind each other, okay? I do like 2 or 3 times the same mistake, Cause, like, he said it in French, but then, in English, oh yeah, gauche, left, droite is white, and like, palonnier, pylon, pylon is like the radar down where you have to fly to before you land. Palonnier is your feet, and some vocabulary like that. So, like, sometimes I'd mix up and I got confused while flying, and he was wondering why I didn't understand him, and he said I react too slow. You see, so he said, okay, you have to do tiny movements. Don't do as big movements. And then he said, you're not reacting enough, because there was a lot of turbulence. Like, I had to like correct it, you know. Do it. Like, you didn't correct enough. They were like, okay, I have to correct more, you know. Oh, and you see, and over time, like, this stuff started sinking into my brain, you know. And then at one time, yeah, we did a lot of flights, like for 1 hour, sometimes like 1 hour and a half to 2 hours. One of them, like, one time we did some crazy, like, loopings and screws in the air. Okay, that means like you go down and then like, and then you know, you turn like that, which is a fucking blast. Like if you have the chance to do that, I highly suggest you do it, you know. And then like we chased a bird in the air. That was pretty fun. And it's just, man, it was just fun, you know. It was a blast. And then fast forward like the week after, you know, that was on a Wednesday. It's like things, it started sinking into my brain how to fly and stuff, you know. And like we practiced the solo flight. So basically, like, the solo flight is you take off, the plane brings you up to 500 meters high, you pull to let go of the rope, you put your trim up, okay, and you do 8, okay. So then you do 8 until you see the other board, like there's like a tiny weight, or, you know, a tiny like metal pole, okay. You fly till there, and then you fly, you turn right and you go straight again, then you turn left and you go straight again, right, straight again, left, straight again. So you always fly in 8, okay. So and the way where you know where to turn right or left is on the one side, it was from is when you see the airport one way, and the other side, you know, it was the weight or thing, the metal thing, or however the fuck you want to call it, okay. So basically, so I did that, okay. And one time when you are 230 meters high, you need to fly until the next metal pole, okay. That's the line, okay. And so right there, you put your trim in front, and you go 90 kilometers an hour, okay. Not faster and not slower, 90 kilometers an hour. And I remember there's a few mistakes, you know. Sometimes, you know, when I practice with my instructor to do solo, sometimes when I went into the airport, I was a bit too high because I was afraid to do another turn, and sometimes I was a bit too low. You see, minimum 230. You see, so once I was like maybe 290. You know, way a bit too high. You know, but then yeah, you fly until the metal pole. Then you turn left, 45-degree turn, and then you see the one way and see, oh, okay, you see if you're a bit too high or not. If you're a bit too high, you put your air brakes, you know. And basically, like, when you put air brakes, like, you kind of see, okay, oh, I'm always at the one way, okay, and then you turn another 45-degree, and it's like you kind of dictate, okay, with the speed, if you're too high, or if you're too slow, and if you're doing the landing well, you know. And then you just learn, and you make sure that you're really straight off the piste. Also, another thing, like, where like, you need to be careful when you're gliding, you know. Always look out left and right of the glider, because you don't want to crash into another plane, okay. If the plane's under you and you don't look and you turn right, you're gonna crash into him, okay. Then you have to open your parachute. But yeah, there I'm a bit off the topic, but like basically that's how my solo flight went, you know. Like, at one time, like, I was ready, I even got impatient, you know. And it's like, the way you know when you're ready is like when your instructor and you think you're ready, you know. When one time he says nothing when you do solo flight, then you're ready. And it's like, one time, like, before I did a solo flight, like, I performed so well, he was impressed of my flight. And he said, oh yeah, tomorrow I want you to be careful of the speed, and then I'll let you go. And I was careful of the speed, and it just went perfectly well. It's amazing, and it's like, yeah, tip for you. Wait, like, if you do a gliding camp and they want you to do like in 2 weeks solo, turn this here, aka it's like, right here, like, I have my flight book, my hours, like, so for example, like here, and basically, like, already, your instructor always needs to, like, put his signature, and basically, like, in total, like, I have about 8 hours, and like 8 hours is enough practice to go solo, alright? So, just to let you know. So, yeah. If you feel like you're not ready after 8 hours, then no, that won't happen. You will be ready after 8 hours to go solo, alright? Because everything will come into your brain, all of the mistakes you did, it just clicks, everything clicks at one time. Now right now solo might seem impossible for you, but at one time it just clicks, alright? So I hope you enjoyed my video, I hope this helped you out. Feel free to drop a like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends if you enjoyed, and peace out.